Getting children to eat can be difficult. There's a wealth of advice on the subject, and I speak from experience when I say a variety of tricks as well. The spoon aeroplane is very popular with my little daughter. Now there's a growing movement of people who think the solution is to let children discover food for themselves. It's called baby-led weaning, and the idea is to cut out mashed carrot and pureed apple in favour of chunks of broccoli and finger food. We'll put some of your concerns about the idea to an expert in a moment. But first, let's hear from an advocate of baby-led weaning who's been speaking to Yvonne Hall.
This is where it gets really messy. Hold on, ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, bang. Hey, well done.
It's the highlight of their day, and the messier, the better.
OK, can Daddy do a quick bit of mixing?
Nick Coffer began cooking with his 2-year-old son Archie at their home near Watford after his business was hit by the recession and he became a stay-at-home dad.
The moments we have in the kitchen and around the table are absolutely precious quality moments together, and we've always wanted him to have a really nice relationship with food. He loves cooking with me and he loves eating what we cook.
Nick's now started a video blog of their cooking sessions with an estimated 10,000 viewers so far from across the world. Archie's been encouraged to eat grown-up food, not mushy purees, since he was 6 months old, a method called baby-led weaning. Nick hopes the blog will encourage others to enjoy home-cooked food too.
That one of the things that the blog is doing is it's demystifying that you can eat fresh food as quick, if not quicker, than pre-packed food. Look at them.
Archie's savoury muffins are ready, they smell fantastic, and I'm invited to try one.
That's good, Archie.
Yvonne Hall, BBC London News, Oxley Village near Watford.
Loved Archie's chef's hat. Now, Jill Rapley is one of the founders of the baby-led weaning movement. At 6 months, children don't have teeth very often. They're not talking. How can they be expected to feed themselves?
They don't need teeth to be able to feed themselves. One of the things that we know 6-month-old babies can do is pick things up and take them to their mouth. They do it with car keys, mobile phones, why not food?
And if you've had a 6-month-old child, you know there's a danger of choking. Is that a danger here? Surely it is.
Choking is a risk for anybody at any time if the circumstances are such, but there's no more risk in this method. As long as the child's sitting upright and the baby is the one in control of what goes in his mouth, there's no greater risk. Risk comes when you're interrupted, when you're concentrating on eating, perhaps when somebody's playing aeroplanes and trying to distract you.
OK. So, but do you have any evidence this works? I mean, what are the benefits? Why is this a good thing to let them sort of investigate this?
Because babies want to be independent at that age. They want to explore their world, they want to have a go. And the anecdotal evidence we have is that they love this. They accept many more foods because they're not being forced or cajoled, they're just being allowed to explore.
OK, we asked for emails on this at lunchtime, our lunchtime programme. We had lots of positive responses on this, but we did have one negative one. This is from Angie Spencer, who's at Angels at Play Nursery. She says, I've been the owner of children's nurseries for 16 years and have seen many fads come and go. She's concerned, basically, that babies are getting the right amount of nutrients when they're feeding themselves.
It's interesting that we assume they're getting the right amount of nutrients when they're being fed by someone else, and actually we know that isn't the case.
You have a control, don't you, over what's going in there?
Well, do you? A lot of babies refuse food, and one of the reasons that many parents have turned to baby-led weaning, either because they've heard of it, but before it had a name, people were doing it, it's not something I invented, because they were having problems, and they found that giving control back to the baby alleviated those problems.
So what's on the menu for a 6-month-old now who's going to try baby-led weaning? Is it little chunks of broccoli, that kind of thing?
That sort of thing, yes, but meat as well. Anything that's kind of that he can hold in his fist with a bit sticking out to chomp on.
Jill, thank you very much for coming in and talking to us.
Thanks.